Hey guys, what's up? It's Deniz from Deniz World of Bodybuilding. Today I want to talk about the Mr. Olympia 2020 press conference. And let's just start about my opinion on that. I just watched it and I wanted to do a little review for you guys that you probably will like, I hope. To be honest, I generally like to see those press conferences because I think they are interesting, you know? I mean, at the end of the day, the battle is off stage because the prepping, the dieting is everything is off stage, and on stage they can't talk that much and stuff. So we don't have a huge impression on stage. We just see the final result. So prior to that, it's always very interesting seeing those guys talking about the package and just their mood going into the contest. I mean, sometimes people they have a huge round face before going on stage. Sometimes they're like having a face where you think they will die in a day. And I just generally I found those press conferences, to be honest, pretty interesting. So I watched this and I also found this pretty interesting. It's free available on the friend channel of the olympiaproductions.com channel. So you can just go there, click on it and watch it by your own. But to wrap it up, my impression just was that it seems like, in my opinion, that not many people really respect Brandon Curry as a Mr. Olympia, and not as a personality, but just from a sportive perspective, from a bodybuilding perspective. They're like all talking about the champ is back on stage, and of course they're talking about Phil Heath. So it seemed like the limelight is not on the reigning defending champion itself, Brandon Curry. The limelight is on Phil. It's like, well, won't you win it? It's I don't know. I just found that they were not that interested in Brandon Curry. He didn't talk much. Of course, doesn't mean anything. I mean, Brandon had probably the greatest style on stage. You see that on this photo. Maybe I'll maybe I'll find some other parts of it. But yeah, the reason is probably because last year Phil wasn't there, Sean wasn't there, and people were like, okay, the lineup was not that great, so they don't, he has, this year is like the first real Olympia. People see it like that, where he really has to show if he's really Mr. Olympia, or was it just by chance last year? So was he a one-hit wonder, or is he really capable of actually being Mr. Olympia? That's just the main message I got from there. Of course, lots of people talking about Phil's comeback. Talking about Phil Heath, maybe I'll find a screenshot where you actually see him. Yeah. Okay, that's the one. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know, guys. I think, Phil really acted extremely hard to play the cool guy. But I think there is just a difference between real confidence and just acting confidence, acting to be cool, like a script, like a scripted show. I don't know. I didn't buy that, I don't buy his coolness, to be honest. And I don't know what reason he had to do all those cusses, all those swear words. I don't know, because I think just the atmosphere back then with Kai Green, the atmosphere was so sharp that maybe there were reasons, to kind of be in a fight. But this time it was extremely peaceful and cool, and Phil Heath was cussing all the time, and I was like, hey, did I just, do I miss something actually? Did I not see everything? Did I, But yeah, that I was surprised, to be honest. I more felt embarrassed than actually, thinking, yeah, Phil is a cool guy. To be honest, that's only my opinion. I even know people, and they're serious, in the game, and other people, a little channel like me, they're afraid of criticizing Phil Heath because of getting possibly sued. So that's a hard topic. But I don't see any, under the line word I said. I would not have liked to watch it with my dad and presenting him that, because there was just no reason, I would say, for him talking like that. Of course, you have to remember this is Dexter's last Mr. Olympia. And yeah, I have nothing but love for Dexter Jackson. I really do think that he's a cool guy. And he doesn't act, to be that. He's just that guy. And that's the difference, I would say. And in my opinion, sometimes Phil Heath tries to portray Arnold maybe, but Arnold was Arnold. Sorry for that noise from my mobile phone. Yeah, just talking about Dexter now. Let's talk about Dexter. Dexter was, he got emotional at times because that's normal. It's his last Mr. Olympia ever. Not only that, his last contest ever. He's 51 years of age, and he says that he will present something, which will pass his last 10 years of performance. He goes like in the early 2010s, like where he was maybe even at his peak, So, and I also found that look pretty cool. Like he was the professor. Maybe I'll find something like that. He was like Nasser Al somebody with the, he just kind of the style was like Nasser with the glasses. Of course, there was Hadi with his translator. Hadi is just very, it seems to be he's very respectful. He's happy that he did there. He had only one plan, and that's what I always tell to my friends, to my colleagues. Sometimes you are not able, or you can't afford it to have a plan B. He went all in for plan A, and he was like, either this will happen, being at the Olympia, getting the visa and stuff, or not. Because if he would have had a plan B, even if he would make it to the Olympia, he would not look as great. I'm 100% convinced by that. So I do see definitely a champion mindset in Hadi Choopan. And let's talk about Big Ramy. Big Ramy's just sitting there. He was definitely the biggest athlete on stage at that Thursday, I don't know what, evening, afternoon. Yeah, Big Ramy didn't talk that much. I find it extremely cool. He doesn't need a translator anymore and stuff. So he's just sitting there by himself, by his own. And it seems like he does understand everything people say. He was just shaking his hands, for example, his hat, when, when they claimed, Bob Cicherillo claimed him being 335 on stage, his stage weight. And he was really, Big Ramy is nobody that wants to BS people, so he would never claim a weight that he doesn't have. So he said that he's 290. This time he's way lighter. Deniz James, and I do have this from a close resource, a German one, and he talked about that in a German interview. Deniz James talked about it, so people don't know it here, obviously in the States, because it's not available in English. He will be around 285 on stage, so that's his stage weight, at least his, the gold stage weight. So what I want to say is, and Deniz said that that's around 20 pounds lighter than usual for Big Ramy. And I think that's what people missed. They want to see Big Ramy being in great shape, because then he gets a 3D effect. You know what I mean? Phil Heath, did you ever see like Phil Heath on off season? He doesn't look that impressive, but when you see him on stage, conditioned through the bones, he looks amazing. He has a great 3D effect. And I think, we have to wait to see Big Ramy being greatly conditioned, because then we just see, you know, the potential he truly has. We didn't see it that much before. At the muscle maturity I hope he has right now. So I wish him all the best. You know, he's my dark horse going into the contest. He could even win it, you know. That's like right now, you know, people talk about Phil getting the title. It would be crazy if, you know, just Ramy would look amazing and would just win the title and go away with it. And I think Ramy, if they have the formula with chat and stuff to bring it on, then that will be a new reign. You know what I mean? So that will be like, if he wins it, I don't think he will be like a one-hit wonder, you know. He will win it times after times, I hope, if he can bring it. But that's like Cedric back then we talked about. He never brought it. But I think I'm confident a little more with Ramy. So we'll see. But yeah, I love the Winter is Coming reference, like when they asked about them. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, not a single episode of it. Sorry, I have to drink a little water. Yeah, not a single episode, but it was still cool. So, obviously, we also have women's bodybuilding back on stage, and this time they didn't have the full lineup of, let's say, just men's open guys. It was just slimmed down a little bit, maybe because of Corona, and yeah, I just wait to. I can't find Dexter with glasses, to be honest. Can I find him? We'll just see. And yeah, one thing I will definitely note down is I do see that the classic physique seems to be extremely, you know, demanded. So people want to get reportings about that too. Yeah, I will definitely note that down for the future videos. So don't worry, guys. Obviously, don't forget William Bonek also. Yeah, I don't think that I will. Yeah, I found Dexter with glasses. Dexter looks like an old professor looking, you know, just being at a university and talking down to his students. Yeah, he's 51. He needs the glasses now, but I think it looks cool. He looks like almost like a nerd, you know. He looks pretty smart with the glasses. Beautiful man with glasses, GH15 called Nasser. Yeah, talking about Nasser, you know, I have to cut this video. I know it's already too long. But yeah, people, you know, Big Ramy is from Egypt and Nasser was from Egypt. So I hope that Ramy is like a good representative of Nasser. You know what I mean? Like it's a new version. It's a new Nasser, so to say. It would be like a guy from the UK coming back and you know, coming up and representing like Dorian, you know, the follow-up for Dorian. And I hope like Big Ramy is like the real follow-up to Nasser Al-Zombati. I'm sure Nasser would love it and have a lot of fun. You know, gladly he is not with us anymore. Rest in peace. But that would be funny as hell. So I always think about Nasser seeing Ramy because just of that. So subscribe to my channel. Let's get to 5K this year. I know probably won't happen, but yeah. I wish me all the best. I wish you all the best. Have a nice weekend. Write in the comments if you bought the pay-per-view. Bye.